Hi y'all, today is February the 25th. So, a tarot reader had done a reading on Pisces, and she came to the conclusion that Pisces, when it came to a guy wanting to marry you, he was lying. He didn't really want to marry you. And this is what I talk about in earlier videos of mine, that it's dangerous when these tarot readers say things like this because sometimes it may not be true. And then you end up thinking like, oh, did my boyfriend or my husband really not want to marry me? Hold on. And so this is a case where my ex-boyfriend proposed to me a few times, talked about marriage with me, so I could easily believe, oh, well, he was never serious about him marrying me because that's what she said. And that's the problem. They say it's so convincing, like they're talking specifically to you, but then it may not even be the case, and you get all worried and worked up for nothing, and that's dangerous. So I did my own spread, and I asked, did my ex really want to marry me when he said he wanted to marry me? And I got something completely different than what this tarot reader said. Even though she was spot on of the whole situation, him not wanting to marry you was not true. Maybe he was angry, but it wasn't true. Well, anyway, here is my spread. The top cards are the initial cards, and then the bottoms are clarifiers. And then this is an overall. So the first card is the 10 of Swords reverse. So he got out of a heartbreak, out of a relationship that broke his heart. And he finally met someone, me, who finally made him feel like he could love again. So he wanted to move the relationship forward as quick as possible. He wanted to take control of the relationship. He didn't want to lose this good feeling that he had. He wanted to keep it. And then you have the 7 of Swords, clarified by the 7 of Wands, and clarified by the 4 of Wands, which was he was being strategic in fighting for this relationship because it made him happy. He wanted to keep that happiness. He wanted to keep this happiness. See, I made him happy, so he genuinely wanted to keep me, but there was crap going on in his life, as this will say next. He had, with the 2 of Pentacles reversed, he had a lot of crap going on in his life. He was working a lot. He was overcommitted. So he could not dedicate his time to this relationship that he had with me. So he had to keep, it was very unfocused, disorganized, and the relationship wasn't given the proper attention that it needed. But I did make him happy, and he really did want to be with me. He really did want to fight for this happiness. I genuinely did make him happy. And then you have the World, followed by the 10 of Pentacles. So he wanted to have a change. He wanted to move in, get married. Move in, get married, move in, get married. He did want to move in and get married, but it just didn't work out that way. And so then I asked, why didn't it work out that way? You have the 2 of Cups, you have the 8 of Swords, clarified by the 8 of Wands. See, isn't that weird? 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands. With the Page of Cups for the second time at the bottom of the deck, but also the 7 of Cups was at the bottom of the deck, so I wanted to take that out as well. So he truly did love me, but he had self-limiting beliefs, probably because he was overcommitted, and also probably because he knew, as I had told him from the very beginning, when he met me, I said, I don't want to be here. I am tired of living here. I want to go back to where I come from. And so this also is another overseas travel card along with other meanings, but that's what it also means. So he really does genuinely love me, but he's having doubts about my plan, about moving with me. He wanted to control it his way. He wanted to marry me, but it be where I live in France with him, and I didn't want that. But I truly made him happy. He truly wanted to be married to me. He was truly happy. He wanted to be with me. He has options. People do like him. But he will come around. So again, this is another spread that goes with other spreads that I've done. So see, for this tarot reader to say to everyone in a general reading, see, he didn't want to marry you. And lo and behold, my ex really did want to marry me. Now, I talked about this with my dad, because it's been like 3 weeks now, and my ex hasn't talked to me at all. And I asked him if I should reach out to him, but my dad was pretty disgusted in him, and he was like, no, you shouldn't be the one chasing him. He needs to come to you. But my dad was also like, this is the kind of man that he is, like, who leaves their girlfriend and their newborn child. There should be no excuse for leaving your newborn child. But, you know, my dad doesn't know the whole situation. But even then, even if he did, or even if I knew the whole situation, would I put up with what he did to me, leaving me like this? Because this is the problem. He is overcommitted. He's working too hard. He's gone through a lot of crap. He's got issues. He got issues and he works too hard. So he met a good thing, but he couldn't commit to it like he should have. But there was potential. He did want to start over. So there you go. That's one thing I don't like, is when tarot readers make their general readings so final that what they say goes. He didn't want to be with you. He didn't love you, but he really did. And here you are thinking your ex, if he did propose to you, if he did talk about marriage with you, now you're like not even believing it, and you think that it was all a lie when it really wasn't. Okay, that's all. Bye.